There we go. So welcome to our Power Within, guys. This call is geared towards spiritual and mental development, emotional development for us to continue to win every single day, to be able to just grow every single day. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Brittany Burrell. I go by B Burrell. And let me see, spotlight for everyone. There we go. My name is B Burrell. I just want to be able to make sure you guys in the midst of your challenges, in the midst of your adversity, that we continue to thrive, that we continue to grow, that we continue to flourish. And listen, whatever we want, everything that we want is ours, right? Everything that we want is ours. We got so happy and grateful for this day. I'm in my right mind to celebrate my son. He's 13 today. Y'all drop some happy birthdays for Mel's son. Happy birthday. Is it Sam? Is it? Oh my God, I got that wrong. What's his name? Let's drop some happy birthdays today, because listen, that's another year around the sun. And I think Ori Jr., we're gonna call him Julia on the line. Congratulations, Junior. Okay, yeah. So happy birthday. I dropped some happy birthdays. Let's celebrate. So I just want to dive into just muscle memory, guys. I think oftentimes we are looking for ways to validate why we can make an excuse. We look for ways to validate why we can take a break from something, right? And it's not to negate that those situations that you're dealing with are not true, but oftentimes I even had a revelation for myself not too long ago, where I sat back and said, what are some things that I do without conscious effort? Okay. You guys drop in the chat box for me. What are some things that you do that you don't have to consciously think about? Like, you just can do it, right? You can do it on autopilot. You can do it subconsciously. Some things can be as simple as waking up and brushing your teeth, right? So y'all give me one thing that you know that most people can do without thinking, right? So we got brushing your teeth. Some people, taking showers, eating, those things we just do. It's a part of our being. It's a part of our identity. And if you think guys can think of anything else, please drop it in the chat box, because I would love some more examples. Some people are good at sports. Like they get up and they just train, they work out every single day. They just go and go and go. Some people are good at reading every single day. Some people, majority of people, they subconsciously go to work every single day. All right. They clock in and they can go to work, right? Somebody said being in the gym. Some people can go to the gym and it's just on autopilot. It ain't, they're not whining, they're not complaining. They can just do it, right? Being a mom, taking care of the kids, it's just on autopilot, taking them to practices, taking them to concerts, taking them to rehearsals, taking them to school, like mom cooking, cleaning. Like those are things that people can do without a conscious effort. And so I just had a revelation with myself. I'm like, man, what is something that I can do? So if you guys have some things that you can do without a conscious effort, drop that in the chat box. One of those things for me is playing the drums. I can play the drums completely sleepy. Like I don't have to do anything. I learned a lot of music on the way to rehearsal. Like it's just so easy for me to grasp it. And it's just autopilot. I don't think about playing drums. I can just do it in my sleep. I can do it with my eyes closed, right? Also trading, day trade. I'm also a day trader. Day trading, I can do that whether I'm sitting in the pool, whether I'm sitting in traffic, whether I'm sitting in the restroom at the airport. I can day trade any place, anytime, anywhere. I can do it in the bed. Most of my trading initial signals are sent while I just woke up, right? So that's something I do without a conscious effort. I no longer, wait a minute, somebody tried to call me. I don't do day trading. For me is subconscious. I don't try to work trade. I don't think about it. I don't learn. It's not a part of, I'm not in the learning phase anymore. I'm past that, right? Drumming, I'm not in the learning phase. I've been past that for a long time. So of course, brushing your teeth, cooking and stuff like that. So I wanted to bring that to our attention, because when I was learning how to trade, I made a sacrifice that I would learn. I was working my 9 to 5 at the time. I haven't worked, I retired from corporate April 6th of 2018. And so I was sitting there thinking, like, what sacrifices did I make to learn this skill set? What decisions did I make in my life to really make this thing work? Because my desire was somehow, I wanted something greater. I wanted something better. And from the looks of it, it was probably the best thing I ever seen in my life on the planet, right? I'm like, man, this can't be that simple. Just, well, not the concept of it, but I mean, the concept of it and not the skill set. I was like, bro, I can put something in an app and make some money off of it. I've never heard of that before, And so once I introduced to the concept and I understood what the possibility was, I said, okay, I'm going to make this happen for myself. And so what a lot of people would do, I realized as I look around when people are complaining, when people are dealing with different experiences and adversity, we love we love to lean onto the facts, and we allow those facts to be excuses. I'm gonna give you guys a prime example. It was a fact that I used to work a job. It was a fact that I was overworked. Okay. It was a fact that I worked very, very long hours, almost 8 to 10 hours a day. I mean, 10 to 12 hours a day. It was a fact that I was completely exhausted when I would get off work. It was a fact that I didn't want to deal with anybody when I got off work. It was a fact that I was exhausted. I was burnt out. It was a fact that I didn't have the time I didn't have the ideal time to learn this skill set. Okay. To learn that skill set. But I had to say, okay, well, if getting wealth, I have to do things that aren't ideal. Okay. So I said, you know what? I'm going to sleep from 11 to 2 a.m. That's the only time I would sleep. I made a decision to intentionally sleep for 4 hours a day. And then I'm going to get up and I'm going to study from 2 to 6, 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. I'm going to study for 4 hours. I'm going to nap for another 40 minutes, 6 to 6:40. I'm going to get up at 6:40. I'll be at work by 7:30 because I was only like 15, 20 minutes from my job. So I did that every day, y'all. Got introduced to the skill. And 2 months later, I said, you know, I'm going to lock in. I made a conscious effort. So now I'm consciously making myself do these things. I'm going to study 4 hours. I'm going to sleep 4 hours. I'm going to study 4 hours. I'm going to sleep 4 hours. I'm going to study 4 hours. Somebody drop fofo in the chat box. All right. Drop fofo, sleep 4, sacrifice 4, sleep 4, study 4, sleep 4, study 4, and well, 4. Right. And so I had to be very intentional about that decision. All right. And my desire was so high. And remember, there were a lot of factors. I worked. I was overworked. I was still a musician. I was gigging a lot. I had so much going on. And I said, you know what? But I want more. I want to do more in my life. I don't want to just feel like I never get to see the sun during the day. I never get to see the sun set. Like it was always work, work, work. It was always the walls. There were no windows in the OR. We couldn't see outside like that. So I said, you know, I'm gonna make a decision. And so what I didn't realize at the time that I was starting to establish something called muscle memory. Okay. But muscle memory is going to take the same effort. Y'all hear it in different ways. Developing a routine, developing your habits. It's all at the end of the day, repetition, whether you hear the word repetition, atomic habits, compound effect, whatever. It's the same effort every single day over and over again until you no longer think about it. So the amount of effort it took your parents to say your name, the amount of effort it took for you to brush your teeth every day, right? Learning how to drive, learning how to write your ABCs, learning to say your ABCs, learning numbers. You had to do these things over and over and over again. And then at that time, you're a child, you're just doing what you're told. So you're just going with the flow because you are in what we call the infancy stage. You just go with instructions, right? You do what people tell you to do. Am I correct? Everybody had to learn through repetition, yes or no, in the chat box, right? We all learned something through repetition. Moody, he's an amazing football player. He had to keep running, keep catching the ball, keep running, keep catching the ball. And then he became a pro, right? A lot of us have done things over and over again. And then one day you're just a pro. Maybe you're one of the best employees on your job. There's nothing wrong with being an employee. I tell people this all the time. The only thing with being an employee is if you have no idea what to do with your money. There are employed millionaires. I personally know employed millionaires, right? So we have to make sure we don't get in this space of, oh, I don't want to be an employee. It's okay being an employee. Like, it's nothing wrong with it. It's what you're doing with your money. It doesn't matter if you're a business owner, self-employed. It doesn't matter. What are you doing with allocation? That's another conversation for another day. But I just asked you guys, did you have to learn through repetition? Yes or no in the chat box. ABCs, writing, getting through school, homework, numbers, anything, doing your job. You got to do the same thing over and over again until you can do it in your sleep, until you can do it without a conscious effort. Okay, so I guess I'm the only person who learned through repetition. I guess that I ain't getting nothing in the chat box. Y'all ain't talking to me. Where y'all at?
I'm driving, B, but yes, it took a lot.
Okay. There we go. I'm like, man, y'all had to learn something, right? The fact that you even we hear this a lot. Your name. How many times did your parents have to say your name? Your guardian, whoever said your name before you started to realize they were calling on you. All right. Some of you guys have children. How many times did you call your children that name before they started to acknowledge you? It was repetition, right? And so you guys have to understand, we got to finally make a decision to just quit messing around and say, let me just make a conscious effort for this to be a part of my identity. So that's what I did. July 24th, which is 2 days ago. All right. It was actually the 23rd that I made the decision, but I started calculating on the 24th because my godson, their birthday is on the 24th. So I said, I'm gonna start doing the 24th. So I said, B. Burrell, you learn how this amazing skill set on building wealth by intentionally making sacrifices, by eliminating all excuses and the reasons and facts. It doesn't matter if you were tired. It didn't matter your schedule. You found a way to make sure your eyes were on top of these charts every single day. I have never not looked at a chart since August of 21st, 2017, except for the weekends. So what are you not doing that you want so bad? We got to just be real with ourselves. Stop looking for the right words. Stop looking for the right scripture. Stop looking for the right testimony, ceremony, speaker, whatever. You finally got to come face to face and say, listen, I've been playing around. I don't need to hear no more quotes. I don't need to hear no more mindset calls. We want to always stay in the development stage, but I want to say it in a space where stop looking for a reason to take action. Just take action, right? That's the space that most people live in. They're looking for some type of inspiration or some type of motivation to take action. Look at your bank account. Look at where you are. You're not satisfied. Just take action. But the key is you got to make a conscious effort every single day. So I said, B, I'm sick and tired of you telling, I looked at the mindset calls. I've been talking about me having my thunder thighs for almost a year. I said, I got tired of hearing myself say that. I don't want to hear you say that no more. I want to start seeing results, people. I want to start seeing the action. I want to see it in your routine. So I went and bought me a watch. But y'all, this ain't no Apple Watch. It's a pineapple watch. I bought this little off-brand one a year ago. That's how I see. I said, you know what, Blum, I'm going to get an Apple Watch. I'm going to go ahead and get my pods because I hate stuff in my ear. And I was only doing this when I was walking. But I said, I really want to go to the next level. This don't track my mileage and stuff. I said, I can't do this no more. This is not, I'm not on this vibration. All right? I'm not on this vibration. I need to get something else. All right. So boom, my watch should be here tomorrow. And I said, you know what? Let's track the data. Let's collect the data. That's why I want the watch. I want the watch to check my mileage and my data. And I want to see that I didn't make excuses. Somebody posted, don't you guys follow, I think it's Donnell. He does the Jumping Jacks insurance company. He posted something. And I was just like, this is right on time. He showed his shape. He was like 150 pounds, really short dude, maybe like 5'5", real slim, maybe 150 pounds. He said, this is me. This is my physical body for 3 years. Going to the gym off and on for 3 years. This is my body for within 12 months. He gained 30 pounds of muscle, blah, 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 blah. You just got to make up your mind and make a decision. So I want you guys to ask yourself on tonight, what are you not doing that you know you're supposed to be doing? I think a lot of times it's cool to hear these calls. It's good to hear the books and the audios. That should be in your routine every single day anyway. But the difference it's the perspective in your goal. The perspective should be, I want to grow and I want to develop. So I know I'm gonna do my spiritual development, my mindset, emotional intelligence, etc. Because I want to become better. There's somebody out there who has a higher intelligence than me, emotional intelligence, intellectual, right? I want to get to that level. So you keep learning, you keep becoming a better version of yourself. But then there's another version of you that says, I need to hear something to make me move. Anybody ever been there before? Drop a 1 in the chat box. You have to drop a 1 for me if you can't relate. But drop a 1 in the chat box where you were waiting to hear something so you can finally move, right? You were waiting to see something so you can finally move. And it helps sometimes. It gives us a trigger. Sometimes it boosts us. Sometimes it just kicks us into action, and that's good. But the key is once you get into action, you got to sustain that action. And that's why I want you guys to really focus on the term muscle memory, right? Focus on the term muscle memory. How do I develop my muscle memory? Well, my own regimen that I'm doing right now is that I know it takes the brain 63 days to create that muscle memory, basically. All right. So it's 21 days, 3 times. Okay. So 3 consecutive 21 days. So 63 days. So I said by September 24th, I should have a 63 consecutive days of me either most of the time I want to ride my bike or I'm on that Stairmaster, something, but 363 consecutive days. Now, I brought that to y'all attention about me learning the skill of trading because I did that unconsciously. I didn't even know what I was doing. My desire was at a super high level. I said, I got to learn this. I don't like where I am. I'm grateful to God for where I am, but I want more. If you ever want to better in your life, drop the word better in the chat box. Do you want more? Do you want to become better? Do you want better in your life? Right? So I said, I'm going to start learning how to trade 4 hours a day. 24 hours on Saturdays, every single lunch break. My coworkers was getting offended because I no longer was sitting around chatting with them. I said, I don't want to sit here with y'all. We've been in this office all day. It's just walls. Y'all don't want to even go outside and see the sun, right? B, it's like you don't ever want to come in here with us no more. I don't. I want to go somewhere. So I got to sacrifice this 1 hour out of 10, out of 12 for me to get something, right? So that's what you got to do. How serious are you? What spaces in your life are you not giving the proper attention to? I tell people all the time, if you got family, you got kids, you got a spouse, you need to sit down and have a conversation with them. Listen, this is where I want us to go. This is what has to be done, not just on my part, but we got to work together, because some of y'all got to ask permission to get to the next level. You got to ask permission, and you got to give them the right perspective. Listen, I told my mom, my grandma, when she was here, and my cutie pie, I said, listen, this is what I'm doing. I can't handle distractions. This is where I'm going. I need to lock in. I told my manager at the time, I said, Jill, I might be coming to work sleepy sometimes, but I promise you, I'm going to do my job. I said, I'm studying right now. She said, what you study? I'm just learning some financial literacy stuff. She said, okay, no problem. I said, but if I ever slack, whatever, you let me know. But I'm going to let you know, I'm going to be sleepy sometimes when I come in here. I told the right people how important this was to me. And all of them have witnessed the entire journey, but I asked permission, right? Some of them, it was just me telling them. I ain't really need permission, but some of them, listen, this is what's going on. Don't bother me. And if you want to hang out, I need a 2-week notice. No spontaneity can happen in my life right now. So you guys sit down, make a plan, have the proper conversations with the right people. Everybody don't have to know your business. It's only the core group, your family, the people, your kids, you drop them off at school, whoever involves your routine. And then you need to take a step back and look at your life. What are you giving time to that is not adding time to your life? Whew, that's good, be for real. What are you giving time to that is not adding time to your life? Let me make that make sense for you. Once I retired from corporate, guys, I have time. I'm like, oh my God, I get to yesterday I went tubing for 4 hours on the river. Never been tubing. It was Sunday night. So you know what? I want to go tubing tomorrow. I went tubing. All right. My best friend, she has one of the top businesses in Atlanta for food trucking for funnel cakes. And from time to time, I'll help her out on the truck. And she works with everybody, all the elite people. And so I was helping her earlier today, and I said, Doc, let's go back to my house. We sat by the pool for a couple of hours, right? We had some amazing food, just because I put the time in so I can get the time back. So you have to understand, make the investment right now. So you can do you understand that people who have more time actually get to live more? They get to enjoy more life. Because at that point in time, before 2018, all my life was in a office. That's how my life was, right? But then I said, you know what? Let me sacrifice some sleep so I can get this time back. And when it happened, I felt completely confused. I was like, oh my God, what should I be doing now? I should be doing something. So I did some network marketing for a little bit because I just didn't know what to do. At this point, I've been working for all my life. I don't know what to do. But because I wasn't aware that I was establishing a muscle memory at the time for one of the best skills on the planet, and that skill allowed me to create time and freedom and financial freedom. Now I can go do more for my family. I can do more. I got bigger goals. That wasn't the end goal. That was just one of my goals. I could check it off the list, right? But I said, oh my God, in comparison to 2017 and in comparison to now, I had stopped making a conscious effort. But now I'm more aware of what that even means now. 2017, I didn't know what studying every day was and all that. I hadn't did that since high school. But now it's like, oh, when I learned this skill, I'm a freaking expert now. What did I do to become an expert? I showed up every single day. Somebody say every day in the chat box. Every day, you got to show up every single day. You may not put the same amount of time in. You may not do an hour Monday. You may do 30 minutes on Monday. You may do 20 minutes on Monday. You may do 5 minutes on Tuesday. The point is, look at it every single day for a minimum of 15 minutes. Whatever it is, right? Because at this point, y'all, listen, Friday morning, I have to play for another funeral. You guys don't know I'm a musician, producer, writer, songwriter, singer, rapper, all that. But I play at funerals a lot, all right? And one of the guys who passed away, he's older, his name is Mr. Joe Banks. And he was a great singer. I'm definitely probably gonna be crying because he was such a little cool dude. He was in the choir. But I was sitting there like, when I look at people and I'm playing for them, I'm like, did they really live? Did they live? There are people I played for as young as 18 and as old as 104. Did they live with the time they were given? Are you playing with the time? Are you so used to waking up? Guess what? That's not even dependent upon you. Are you so used to waking up that you feel you have forever? Now, I'm very spiritually grounded. I'm spiritually mature enough to have a conversation about death. That's how I am. And that's frightening you, then you got some more development to do. But me having awareness of that thought, that's why I take action every single day. This is the next goal. This is the next plan. I'm in a season right now. I got to create a big academy. I got so much I got to do. So guess what? Conversations about to be had again. Hey guys, they already know. So I really don't have to have it. All right. I'm being locked in. I probably won't be available for the next 6 months. I got these things to do. I can't take on extracurricular activities. I can't just go do this and do. I'm not doing that. All right. I haven't done it for quite some time anyway, but still, I just want to remind y'all, it's a big thing that's happening in my life. And these are the sacrifices I have to make. All right. So please write down, make a list. First step I need you guys to do is write down who you want to become. That's the first thing you have to do. Now, when you write that down, I want you to, if you're struggling with who you want to become, I always tell people to write down if you're struggling with what those answers are, write down, I have $100 million today. What am I doing? Okay. I want you to write that. I have $100 million in my bank account right now. This is what I'm doing today. Now, most of the time you're going to start off with paying off loans, paying off consumer loans, buying a house, buying a car. It's going to be something with your kids. Y'all get what I'm saying? Anybody is that some of the things write down? Tell me in the chat box right now. What's some things that come to mind? I have $100 million. That's 8 figures. That's 9 figures. Excuse me. 8 figures. I have 8 figures today. I'm saying it wrong. 9 figures. I have 9 figures today. What am I doing? Somebody give me one thing you're doing today. I just sent you $100 million. What are you going to do? Give me one thing in the chat. Okay. Who do you want to become? I just want you to use 100 million because it's going to allow you to remove all restrictions on your mind. Okay. You're going to be like you're going to really think boldly. And I need you to think really boldly. All right. So give me that in the chat box. What is one thing you're going to do? Because you have 9 figures right now. You have $100 million. What's one of the things you're going to do today? If deposit just hit right before the call, somebody give it to me. Now, while y'all thinking about it, for me, plethora of things. All right. We got to go back to Belize and finish my house. Congratulations on the house being done. Anybody else? What else are you doing? And you can keep it coming if you like. I got $100 million today. What is one thing that I'm doing? All right. Mr. Clark, Ms. Green, Elise, Joe, everybody. What is one thing you're doing? All right. Hop on a plane. Okay. Hop on the plane. See another country, not the U.S. Been there. All right. I live in the U.S. I understand. Okay. I understand. For this to be one of the wealthiest countries in the world, sometimes I'd be like, we're so behind. I just don't gonna get it. Anyway, that's another conversation for another day. All right. What else y'all got? Okay, good. So listen, you see this pause that's going on. And some of you, I don't know if y'all know what you want to do, but if you don't know that answer, what are you waking up towards every single day? You got to know the answer. People are reaching out to me right now, trying to help me build their business and trying to recruit me to do things. I know what I'm doing for the next 5 years. I didn't know who I was when I left my job. I didn't have an identity April 6, 2018. My only identity was I was a surgical technician. I go to work every day and I play drums. That's all I had. And I'm a heck of a songwriter. I'm a heck of a producer. I'm a heck of an artist. All right. Check out my YouTube. But guess what? I sacrificed. If I could go back, I wouldn't have did it the way that I did it. I can't say that. I wouldn't have put my music on the shelf as long as I did. But so funny because my one of my song cover photos are right here on my desk. Here we go. All right. So, but I want you guys to really think about that. As you go forward, it might take you 7 days to figure it out. Okay. It may take you a month to figure it out. But you can't move forward until you know that answer. I promise you. because now you're moving blindly. Now you're just moving with what somebody tells you to do. Go back to the children I was saying. When we were all children, somebody told us our name. Somebody told us how to read. Somebody told us how to write. Somebody told us how to do ABC. Somebody told you how to do math. But the thing, especially about Americans, I don't know about no other country, Americans do not teach people how to think. They teach you how to submit. They teach you how to accept instruction. Nobody ever questions anything. They just go with the flow. I used to be that person, and you may be that person today, and that's totally okay. But I'm giving you a new level of thinking. Think for yourself. Okay, my nephew is 5 years old. I don't give him no answers. I challenge him to think. That's why we always have to depend on each other so much. I read a book, The Millionaire Next Door. It says there are certain classes where they already know they're not taking care of their parents when they get older because their parents have already taken care of themselves. The parents have taught the children how to take care of the children, how to become independent. But then there's certain cultures, like my background, right? Especially in the African American community, they'll tell you, I want to retire my mom. That's the paradigm of our culture. But what if you could be the person to say, well, Shaq is a prime example. Shaq is a prime example. I got my wealth, children. This is my money, not your money. I've taught you the principles of how to build wealth. Now I need you to go get your own. Shaq's children is not thinking about how to retire his dad. That's the shift that has to take place. So you have to start questioning certain things. Stop just going with the flow all the time, right? And if you go with the flow, look at the results of going down that stream. Come on, B. Look at the results of what happens if you go down that stream. What happens if you don't question this action, right? That's what I started to do in the past 3 years. My life has come. Y'all, my life is so different because I started thinking for myself. I stopped just going with the flow of the nine. It's nothing wrong with a job. I just knew I wasn't living. I was just existing. All right. I was just existing. So I said, man, what do I want? I want to become an amazing artist. I want to create, if you guys don't know my personal goals, these are my goals. Okay. I never knew to put 10% aside of every paycheck. I do that now. Right. I didn't know about credit. Cutie kept telling me, you didn't get your credit. I don't need that. I'm just pay everything cash. But then when I got educated, started looking at some YouTube videos, Grant Cardone, Robert Kiyosaki and stuff. The credit dude, I'm like, bro, I should have been worked on my credit. And don't be so stubborn that you don't really want to be open-minded to new information. That's how I was. Now my credit is what? My highest credit score is 734. It was a 575 January last year. Right? So now I got all those goals out the West. Okay, I need some new goals. I'm so happy and grateful now. Data and Kiki has 100. Y'all can't see it on the camera. Okay, it is not showing you. Okay, there you go. 190. Where is it? Subscribers. The first goal was 95. I hit that. I hit 104. The second goal is 190. Right? Wealth and philosophy allocation. This is my wealth and philosophy athlete. I keep this. I got to put it in the frame. Pay yourself 10%. Why? Because I got educated and realized the reason, I'm just going all over the place right now. The reason people need title loans, the reason people need debt recovery, the reason people need government assistance is because they won't follow the basic principles of money. Whatever going on with the pandemic and the economy ain't got nothing to do with me because I followed the wealth allocation, pay myself 10%. Now imagine this. I want y'all to think about your W-2s at the end of the year, your 1099s, and how much money it said you made that year. And if you would have paid yourself 10% for the past 2, 5, 10 years, would you have a cushion right now? Yes or no in the chat box. If you made $25,000 a year, 35, 100,000, 500,000. If you would have just set aside 10% of your total income for the year and you just saved it from 2010 to 20 to 20 to 15 to 22, would you have some cushion? Yes or no in the chat box. Your knowledge is your insurance against the economy. Your knowledge is your insurance against whatever goes around in the world. Put money aside. Put money into passive streams of income. Right? My income must be at least 4 times my cost of living. All right. My cost of living is between $3,500 to $3,800 a month. I got to be minimally making $14,000, $15,000 a month residually. The rest of it, I keep in a business account. I don't pay myself a lot of money because I understand business deductions. All right. The more you make as an employee, the more tax you get. So I pay myself less and I live all my life with my business, my LLC. All right. Why? I got educated. I didn't go to school. I just got on YouTube. I bought a book, Richest Man in Babylon, Science of Getting Rich, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Right. So many books about just basic stuff, emergency savings. Right. Life insurance, leveraging credit to build more wealth. So it's just basic stuff. Right. But the question is, the only reason I know it, ladies and gentlemen, because I made it a goal to become literate. I hated being ignorant. Why am I paying $32,000 for a car that cost me $20K? I wanted to stay ignorant. All right, it's just an example. That ain't a real thing. All right. So you got to make a decision. I have $100 million in my account. Who am I? What am I doing? Once you get the family out of the way, once you buy the house, once you travel, once you get all that external stuff out of the way, you paid off your debt, you paid off your student loans, you bought the house, you bought the car. I need you to find out who you are at the end of the transactions. That's the reason I said $100 million. What is your identity? I'm going to give you guys an example if you need a little assistance. Okay. Now, it doesn't take me to imagine I have $100 million for me to imagine. It's not about that. You can't have restrictions. This conversation is not about your kids. This conversation is not about your husband, your wife, your partner, your spouse. This conversation is not about your nothing. It's not about nobody but you. Okay. Who do you want to become? And get it done. You want to become physically better? Okay. You need to take a sheet of paper or a big old whiteboard. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 whiteboards in my house. And you can say, okay, today I'll weigh 190 pounds. This is my life schedule for tomorrow. Maybe you don't know how to look a month out. I always plan my budget 4 weeks out. Okay. So let's look at the physical side. Be Burrell or Day, whoever. Day. Okay. You work. You got to be at work at 9 a.m. Okay. That means you got to leave the house by 8:30. That means you got to get up at 8. And if you got kids, you got to get up at 7. Okay, because you got to get them baby kids ready, and they got to be at school and blah 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 blah. Maybe they're doing this during the day. Maybe you homeschool. Maybe whatever. You need to look at your life, break it down. Okay, the key is on Tuesdays. This is what I do every Tuesday. Okay, you may have a whole bunch of sheets of paper. Get a sheet for Tuesday, get a sheet for Monday, whatever. You need to really zoom in, hone in on your life. All right. So Tuesdays, Monday, this is my schedule. Tuesday, this is my schedule. Wednesday, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The key to this is, guys, I want you to find gaps of time. And I want you to be aware of what you're doing in these windows, because a lot of people have more time than they think, but they just make excuses for it. Or they're prioritizing the wrong events in their life. I just said to you guys, what is taking time away from you that is not creating more time for you? Okay. For instance, my grandma used to sing all over the place. She sang at every church all the time. She was saying yes to everything and everybody. Okay. My mom, she's an amazing singer, beast. All right. At one point in her life, singing, me and my brothers and sisters were always at church. They had singing engagements, right? But they were so good at serving people, so good at saying yes. But then there has to be moments in your life where you say, I'm only going to sing only on Sundays. Not every single day of the week, because there's something I want to get done for myself. All right. Now, some of you guys, kids may be in curricular activities. Maybe you're a part of organizations. Maybe you're in school. The key is find the gaps. You can make it. It doesn't make it. You still have facts. You have a busy life. You have a full schedule. You have a work life. Those are facts. You may be burnt out and tired every single day. Those are facts. But let me let you know what another fact is. The more you allow your facts to be excuses, the more you're going to stay in the same place. Because the reason nothing changes is because you never changed your routine. You didn't change your thinking. Okay. You have to change your thinking. How do you change your thinking? Well, let me see. My current success is creating the current results. So if I, Beaverell, have a 575 credit score, and it's going to remain a 575 because I'm still dependent upon my own thinking, my own knowledge, my own education. Well, how do I become better? Let me reach out to Miss Nicole. Let me reach out to my sister. Let me get on YouTube and just watch a couple of videos to get somebody else's thinking who has the success that I want. People reach out to me because they want to be a phenomenal trader. Why? Because I show my results. I get people results. Guess what? But they got to borrow my thinking. Thinking also comes with application. If I tell you that I study from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. every day, then maybe you should do the same thing. You want the results that I have? You got to do it. If I want to shoot like Kobe, I'm going to Kobe. Rest his soul. This is, what are you doing? I want to be like you. All right. My mentor for courses, she's a 7-figure earner. I said, Chris, what did you do to clear $3+ million on your courses? This is what I did. I reached out to her. I paid her over $1,700 for her information and her knowledge. I leveraged her knowledge. I create my own academy. Guess what? It wasn't on my own thinking. But I also did the main thing. Application every day. Application every day. So what do? I know my schedule for tomorrow. I know what I'm doing every day this week at what time. Literally. I may leave rooms for spontaneity, like if I gotta do like calls or something like that. But I know my schedule tomorrow. You can't call my phone right now and think I'm just gonna pick up. You can't call my phone tomorrow and think, no, I'm not available like that. I got somewhere to go. Somebody say, that's too long. Somebody said, so go. Just put S-O go in the chat box. S-O go. All right. We're going to make that an acronym for I got somewhere to go. So go. I got somewhere to go. So you need to first figure out where you want to go. That's the first rule to all of this. Who do I want to become? My physical, 155 to 60 pounds. All right. How do I do that? That's the end goal, but I don't care about the end goal. I focus on the process, guys. The process is muscle memory. So right now I get on that bike every day for about 50 minutes. I'm doing miles at a time, but I won't know the miles until my watch comes tomorrow. All right. So 30 to 50 minutes a day on the bike. All right. Financial, I'm good on the finances. At this point, I'm just allocating and allowing time to take place. Allocation, pay myself 10%, pay my tithe 10%, pay myself no more than 6 figures a year, put the rest of it into an asset, a 401k where everything is tax deferred. That's the game. 5 places to put my money so I pay less taxes. All right. Somebody with a job paid more taxes than me. Most people with a job pay more taxes because they don't have a lot of deductions. All right. I can go out to eat right now on my business account. I can go buy clothes on my business account. I can travel on my business account. It's all tax deductions. All right. So that's what y'all got to understand. Put your money, get the knowledge. All right. So finances, I'm good. That's just time and allocation. All right. Spiritual, I read my Bible, study, read every single day. Good on that. Emotional, good on that. I study, read, and listen to audios every single day. Right. So what are my goals then? Building an academy, becoming a master musician, sheet reader, and a pianist. And I'm thinking about going back to school. Not going back, but going to school for music production. Because why? I want to be the best for me. That's the list of goals. So what I got to do? Put in an application to go back to school. Study this keyboard right here underneath me every day. I've been slacking on my keyboard. Let me be very transparent. I have been slacking. I said, but no. Listen, 30 minutes a day. I got to do that for myself. So this become a muscle memory again. I let it slip. I'm so good at music. I take that for granted sometimes. So being very transparent right now. All right. But B, you can't read sheet music. So what are you talking about? You ain't been doing your 30 minutes a day no more. What's going on? What did you allow to happen? What excuses did you allow to happen? You live in this life, but that doesn't mean anything. You still ain't reached your goal. It's not in your process. It's not in your routine. That's the conversation I have with myself. Okay, great. I appreciate that. Self, 30 minutes a day. Do y'all get what I'm saying? If it's a minimum of 15, guys, give yourself a minimum of 15 of looking at the goal every day. I live in a world where I don't know what weekends are. Okay. I remove myself from that paradigm. Okay. Now, typically when people work a job, they're waiting for the weekend, and that's totally fine. I used to live in the world where there were weekends. All right. But when I lived in that world, I didn't participate in the weekend. I put in the work 24 hours. From when I used to clock out on Fridays around 1 to 3, I was at the computer studying until Sunday. The only time I left the house was to go to church. Saturday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I was studying. And then during the weekdays, 4 hours a day in the middle of the night, 2 to 6 a.m. every day. Now, I don't have kids and I don't have all this stuff, right? But I don't allow that to be. Listen, y'all sit down. Let me show y'all what this process is going to be. And you give them a routine because you got to teach them how to think one day. All right? I mean, you got to teach them how to think right now. I don't care how young they are. All right? So who do you want to become is the first thing. The second thing is you look at your, who do you want to become? Look at your day-to-day life. What are you doing Sunday through Saturday? The third thing is be careful of overcommitting yourself to processes, events, and organizations and things that don't serve you and don't serve your goals. You have to learn how to take a break from not getting to you got to learn how to take a break from serving other people and not serving your goals. Because when you don't serve your goals, God does not get the glory. Okay? That's myself included. 4. All right. Have the conversations with the right people and ask permission and also ask them what their goals, and you guys come up with a game plan for everybody to get to where they want to go. Number 5, you do it for 63 consecutive days. And when you hit day 63, every single day you hit, you celebrate. When I got up this bike, listen, this bike almost wore me out today. I got to the top of the hill. I said, yes, because my thighs was quivering. I might have had to take a break. I may have had to wait for 60 seconds to catch my breath, but I got to the top, right? So every single day, when you hit day, but every day I want you to celebrate. Whether it's 5 minutes you gave it to, I want you to give at least 15 minutes, but if you gave it 5, perfect. I still want you to celebrate. Do not compare effort. It's repetition. It's repetition. Day 63, drop it in the chat. Text me, send me, DM me, tag me. I made it my day 63. Now, when day 63 comes, don't be like, okay, I did it for 63 days, I'm done. No, the whole idea is that usually around the day 63 or beyond, you no longer have to consciously make it happen. You don't have to force yourself to do it. You're just doing it unconsciously now. Just like brushing your teeth. All right. Your goals have to be, now if you ain't brushing your teeth every day, maybe you can't use that as a reference, but I hope you do. All right. You got to get a cleaning 2 times a year. All right. But whatever you do without thinking, some people drive without thinking, eat, things you just do that doesn't require you to think. That's the point. The point is the routine. If you do the routine, the goal will happen. It's stop celebrating where you're not. Stop fussing at yourself about where you're not. Well, I only lost 4 pounds, but my goal is 30 pounds. Bruh, celebrate. Celebrate. I only lost like a 1/4 pound, right? Celebrate. Keep doing what you're doing. It's called the snowball effect. It's called the compound effect. It's called atomic habits. It's called repetition. It's called faith and works. It's called God gets the glory. It's called muscle memory. 63 days, guys. Quit. There are facts in your life, but you got a choice. Your fact can be an excuse or it could be a reason. Let's make it happen. I hope y'all had an amazing call tonight. All right. Appreciate you guys. I was talking to myself too tonight. All right. So y'all got some value. Let me know in the chat box. Let me know. And this call is geared towards generational wealth. We are community focused on becoming better every single day. It's just a better lifestyle every single day. If you're not in our community chat, I'm about to drop it right now in the chat box. All right. This needs to be a series. I got you, Mel. That is our generational wealth community chat family. Go ahead and join the chat. All right. We drop motivation every day, audios and stuff like that. We're going to have some more higher engagement coming soon. Okay. But right now, let's just lock in and let's stay connected. So that's our community chat. When you click in the chat, I want you guys to do me a favor. What's our hashtag tonight? Oh, muscle memory. That's the hashtag tonight. Muscle memory. 63 days. Get it done. And rinse and repeat. Another 63. Ultimately, you ain't counting days no more because it's a part of your identity. It's a part of your lifestyle. Making my bed is an automatic. I don't think about making my bed no more. It's like, damn, I feel like making my bed today. I don't say that stuff, right? I just do it. It's subconscious now, all right? So muscle memory is the hashtag tonight. If you got a funny GIF you can find in the chat box, you can do that as well. But this is the community chat family. All right. Generational wealth right here, guys. Just come in here and hashtag muscle memory, okay? And then you can find a GIF that has something dealing with muscles, building muscles, all right? But we know it's the brain we're talking about, okay? Mind, body, and spirit, muscle memory, all right? So you guys, do me a favor and just get some engagement going on there with that hashtag on tonight. But I love you guys. I appreciate you. Please focus on becoming better. Don't beat yourself up. Stop speaking negative and down on yourself. Oh, I didn't do this. I didn't. Stop saying that stuff. Stop saying it. Just fix it. All right. Just get it done. Okay. We got this. We're going to get through this. 5 months left in the year. Focus. Who you want to become. All right. That's the first thing. After you get everybody else off the piece of paper, it boils down to you. Who you want to become has nothing to do with anybody else. Not your kids, not your spouse. You. What are you doing after you buy the house, the car, pay off your debt? What is your day-to-day? Are you making an impact? Are you doing community service? Are you building community organizations? Mine is generational wealth. It's here with you guys. After the academy's done, music and generational wealth is what I see myself. I mean, that's what I'm doing. All right. It's going to be on a bigger scale. All right. Write the list, who you want to become, get everybody else out the way, get it off your brain dump. That's what I need you to brain dump. If you had $100 million, whatever, brain dump. Okay. Secondly, look at your schedule, write out your lifestyle, pen and paper. It may take you a month to get this done, guys. All right. What do you do every Monday? What do you do every Tuesday? Look at where you have space. Also, look at where you have to take a break from certain commitments that are not serving you. Okay. Third, ask permission and create an agenda with your family, your friends. Get permission to go and have that time available. You need to make maybe every fourth Sunday, maybe every fourth Saturday is family day. Maybe Friday night is family night. Maybe every other weekend is date night. You still have to prioritize spending time with your family and friends. Don't neglect them. Okay. You don't neglect them. That's a mistake I made. I was so in tune with the goal. I said, bump everything to everybody. All right. So I'm going to tell y'all right now, put them on your schedule. All right. And also write down the process of who you have to become. What routine do you need to implement? You know, if you need to lose weight, you know what you need to do. If you need better finance, get the books. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Science of Getting Rich, Richest Man in Babylon. Okay. Simple. Get on YouTube. Everybody know health tips. Financial tips. TikTok, Instagram, hashtag. Focus on those things. Nothing is a distraction, honestly. It's what you give your attention to. Okay. Last but not least, 63 days, rinse and repeat. 63 days, rinse and repeat. All right. I'm excited to see what you guys achieve in the next 63 days, whenever you do start. All right. Just prep first. It may take you a week to prep, or 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, but don't start until you fully prepared yourself. Okay. That's one thing people do prematurely and they get upset with themselves and they just never start. Starting means proper preparation and then you start. Okay. So I love you guys. Have a wonderful night. 63 days and counting. See y'all next week. Have a great night.